Thank you for choosing Chain Link Theater. We invite you to sit back and relax in the comfort of your car, or gym, or wherever you are. Please remember that talking is permitted during the feature, as that is literally the entire point of the show. So please, turn up your cell phones, grab your own snack, and hold on to your butts. Your feature presentation begins now!
Welcome back to Chain Link Theater, the show where every movie leads us to the next, one actor at a time. I'm Autumn.
And I'm Kyle.
And today we're linking from Elf into A Christmas Story, thanks to our next link in the chain, the one and only Peter Billingsley.
Peter Billingsley.
So, what do you know about Peter Billingsley?
He was born in 1971.
That sounds right.
Yeah, April 16th, 1971. He was actually already a famous face before this movie came out.
Really?
He was in Hershey's syrup commercials.
He was a really cute kid.
Yeah, that's true.
That makes sense.
So about I think 1980 was the first one of those. So that's pretty interesting.
Okay. All right. And then what's he done since Christmas Story? Not much.
Not much. This has kind of been his whole life.
Yeah.
He's kind of just focused on A Christmas Story. He's made cameos in other Christmas movies like Elf, and he was in Four Christmases.
That's producer.
No, he was in it.
He was in it?
Yeah, but he produced Four Christmases and Iron Man and something else that he was in, The Breakup.
Yeah.
And he stars in, he cameos in all three of those. So.
Okay. And there is a new Christmas Story movie that came out in 2022 that I've never seen.
Yeah, he wrote and produced that as a tribute to Gene Shepard, who he considered a friend.
I would watch it, but I really don't have a desire to watch it because the original is just so good.
Yeah, I never had a desire before, but now that I know that he wrote it and it's like his passion project, I'm interested.
I would give it a go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently his name in Elf was Ming Ming.
I did not know that.
And he's uncredited for it.
That makes sense. It's a small cameo.
It is a very small cameo.
Quite a few speaking lines, though.
Okay, so what do you know? What's your history with A Christmas Story?
I didn't see A Christmas Story until I met you. So what's your history with A Christmas Story?
My whole life.
Okay.
It came out in 1983.
Yep.
I was born in 1988.
You came out in 88.
I came out in 88.
Yeah.
So I don't ever remember my first time watching this movie because this movie has just always been part of the staple.
Yeah, they probably watched it a month after you were born.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
So I love this movie. I grew up with this movie. I do think it's interesting being a kid watching this movie. I guess as I've aged, I enjoy different parts of this movie because now I thoroughly love the mom and the old man's relationship and how they parent their kids.
Yeah, and the comedy from those two.
They're amazing.
Top notch. Yes.
And honestly, for me, they're the best part of the movie now. When I was a kid, I just wanted Ralphie to get what he wanted for Christmas.
Yeah, because that's what we wanted for ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I love this movie.
I do too. Like I said, I'd never seen it until you showed it to me, but it is easily my favorite Christmas movie now. It's not even close.
Wait, what about Muppets?
I told you last week. It's number 2. It's great.
How far is the step, though, from A Christmas Story to Muppets for you?
1 to 2.
One to 2. Because you said it's not even close. And for me, like, Christmas Story and Muppet Christmas Carol are literally 1 and 1, like neck and neck.
Yeah.
They serve different purposes in my mind.
Well, that's great for you. Good.
Yeah, because Muppets is what I watch on Christmas Eve to get me ready for Christmas. It's like my final, it's actually Christmas.
That is always the last movie we watch before
Yes.
we head down to the folks. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so Christmas Story came out in 1983, directed by Bob Clark, who did like Porky's and Black Christmas.
Yeah, he did Black Christmas in 1974. And then 9 years later was chosen to do, he chose to do A Christmas Story because he loved the book so much.
Right. The book is called In God We Trust, All Others Pay Cash by Gene Shepard that came out in 1966. And one of the trivia things I read said that Bob Clark worked with Gene Shepard for a decade writing the script and working on it.
Yeah, that means that was before Black Christmas even came out.
Yeah, so this is what he wanted to do, and one of the trivia things was if Porky's hadn't happened, A Christmas Story wouldn't exist,
Yeah, fascinating.
which is fascinating. And Gene Shepherd actually does the narration of adult Ralphie in the movie. So all the
Yeah.
voice you hear that's a grown-up talking for Ralphie is Gene Shepherd, the author,
Yeah,
which I love.
yeah, and it's good. It's funny.
He has a
I
great
like
voice,
it.
too.
Yeah, he does have a great voice.
Yeah, and I love the way he writes. And I did read part of the book, and like having grown up on the movie, I can hear his voice saying these things.
Yeah, and you're actually reading
Yeah, like
paper. Yeah.
yeah, it's really good. I mean, interestingly about the book, I didn't get very far because we ran out of time. But Christmas is done and over with because these are all short stories that were like published in Playboy or something like that.
Oh, okay. I didn't. That's news to me.
Yeah, it's like a series of short stories is kind of the vibe I got. But it like Christmas is done and over with before page like 40.
Wow.
Yeah, and then the other stories happen later, and I don't know if they also contain Christmas or if they're just standalones, like the leg lamp and the Pink Nightmare, and those sorts of stories are just separate.
Is the leg lamp mentioned in the book?
I just briefly skimmed through the book after I finished Christmas.
Oh, okay.
So-
I was reading something that said that the major award was like a glowing like knee-high logo.
I did see that, yeah, and the BB gun is the part of the first part of the book, and it's like Ralphie coming back to his hometown because he's writing a paper on small town Indiana, and like Schwartz owns his dad's bar, and he stops in to talk to Schwartz, and they're reminiscing about their Christmases of their childhood.
Oh,
So it's really cute.
that's interesting. It's kind of fictionalized because
Mm-hmm.
Ralphie's obviously not Gene Shepherd's name, and I've heard also that the gun that he wanted so bad didn't even exist. They had to make it for the film.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I know that in the one thing that I think is interesting about the book is they talk about in the book he's so coy about what he wants for Christmas because he doesn't want his little brother to hear it. Because he knows that if Randy also asks for a BB gun, the answer will just be no.
Yeah.
So he has to be coy and not just ask out loud for what he wants.
Okay. Yeah, that's not really explained in the movie.
No, but I think it makes sense as an older, like I'm not an older sibling, but like that seems like some game you guys would have played.
Yeah. I'm sure we did.
But do you have anything else you want to add in our?
No, let's just jump into it.
All right. And again, we absolutely love this movie. So there are no bad notes
Yeah, if you don't like this movie, you might not like this episode.
because it's just going to be constantly glorifying this
glazing
movie.
the whole time.
I love this movie. We're just going to riz it up. But we open with adult Ralphie talking about his childhood home on Cleveland Street in Holman, Indiana. And that talking basically, he says, lovely, beautiful, glorious Christmas around which the entire kid year revolved.
Yeah,
Which is
this,
so accurate.
true. Yeah, this place kind of looked like Chicago to me. It turns out it was filmed in Cleveland,
Cleveland.
downtown Cleveland, and Holman is not a real place. It's based on Hammond, where Gene grew up.
Yeah. And then we get like an overhead shot of a bunch of 40s vehicles driving around this like square
Yeah, like the town square.
outside of the toy store Higbee's. And an interesting fact about that is Cleveland's Auto Club got together, and these are their sorry, there was a sound. These are their cars that these men are driving around, and they were told just to drive in circles until we tell you to stop.
Yeah, they all refused to let anyone else drive these
Yeah.
cars.
And then their biggest concern was the salt, and so they had to have pressure wash the cars every evening.
Yeah.
So I like that.
An unseasonably warm winter, I'm told. They had to use fake snow for most of the movie, which was like potato flakes and shaving cream.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yuck. Okay. Interesting. So we get a shot of the downtown Holman, and the kids are gathering around the toy display, the corner toy display at Higbee's, which he calls mechanized electronic joy. And we see the boys, 4 boys, Ralphie, Randy, Schwartz, and Flick, with their faces pressed against the window, looking at all the toys that are coming out this Christmas season that they want. So there's like a Raggedy Andy and toy trains and a toy tank. And then there's like falling snow. I don't know how you would, logistically, how do you make this window display? Because it constantly had falling snow.
Yeah, I do not know.
Like
It's
it would be
magical.
like a one-time, like a one-night thing, and then there's no more falling snow.
Yeah, it'd
So,
have to be.
and then Ralphie spots what he truly wants for Christmas, which is the Red Ryder 200 shot range model air rifle.
Yep, good job.
And he says, as coolly deadly looking a piece of weaponry he'd ever seen.
Yeah.
But Ralphie starts scheming on how to ask for it. Like I said, in the book, he talks about how he doesn't want Randy to also ask for it because then it's 100% a no. So he's scheming on planting the idea in his parents' mind to get him this air rifle.
Yeah, he's playing Inception.
Yes. And so the boys, being boys, are fighting over who gets to get the stuff out of the dresser first. And Randy is just going to town trying his hardest to beat up Ralphie.
Yeah, what's he got, like a foot on him?
Which I personally love because I am the youngest and I shared a room with my sister who's 8 years older than me. And I remember her cleaning and I would attack her with no warning and literally think I could kill her. She was like 16 with an 8-year-old trying to beat her up.
Yeah.
And she would just throw me across the room like I was nothing. And then I would like take a breather for a minute and then attack her again.
Yeah, we kind of had the same dynamic. I'm the bigger brother.
Yeah. So
I was just swatting him away.
exactly. So I related to Randy trying his hardest to beat up Ralphie and Ralphie literally having no reaction.
Yeah.
And then Ralphie runs across to his parents' room who have 2 twin beds because 'twas the season, I guess, or the time.
Yeah, I love Lucy did this a lot.
Yeah, because wasn't it, I don't know if it was scandalous or not, but like I know that the Bradys shared a bed and that was supposed to be like a big deal.
Yeah.
But anyway, so then he literally puts his entire kids magazine in between the pages of his mother's magazine, thinking that she's just going to be so befuddled and all of a sudden find herself reading an advertisement.
Yeah.
Not that she's going to know this entire magazine.
Which apparently I'm guessing she just handed to Mr. Parker.
Yeah, the old man.
It's like, what is this?
She probably just took it back to Ralphie's room. Like, she's not dumb.
Yeah, no, she's not dumb.
But, or maybe, because didn't you said that the page that, okay, interesting. You said that the page that it was on was a bunch of like swimsuits on the beach, right?
It was a nude beach.
A nude beach. Do you think that the old man is the one who picked up the magazine?
Oh.
They thought that it worked on him instead of her?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know what Look magazine is usually for.
I don't know. But we hear the old man, and that's pretty much all they call him is the old man. Talking about how the Sox traded away their only player, Bullfrog, for Schottenhofen. And then the mother just goes, "That's nice."
Yeah. And he just kind of looks at her
And he's
like,
just like, okay. And
All
then we get the old man likes to do his crossword puzzles, and the one he's doing is like literary characters. And the question is, what's the name of the Lone Ranger's nephew's horse?
yeah. And
Which
she
is?
immediately knows it. She goes, "Oh, Victor."
And he's like,
Everyone knows that.
and she's like, oh, everyone knows that.
Oh, everyone.
But then Ralphie's just sitting there, and he says, Flick said he saw some grizzly bears outside Pulaski's candy store.
Yeah, he's like, this is the time.
This is the time, and this story is gonna work.
I'm gonna try the home defense angle.
In the middle of Indiana. Are there even grizzly bears in Indiana?
I doubt that. Are you Googling it?
Yeah.
I mean, are you searching it?
No. Grizzly bears are not native or found in Indiana.
Nope.
So, little kid, but he says basically like they were looking at me like I had lobsters crawling out of my ears because all 3 of them, Randy and the parents, just stare at him.
Yeah, no response.
And I really think that his parents already know what he's trying, I think. But
Oh, for sure.
and then they ask Ralphie, the old man leaves, and then the mom asks Ralphie what he would like for Christmas, and he slips up. And he says, I want a Red Ranger, you say it. Red Ryder carbine action 200 shot range model air rifle.
That is a mouthful.
It is.
He slips up like 20 words.
Yeah, he slips up and then he goes, ooh.
Yeah.
And then
cute.
she just goes, no, you'll shoot
You
your
should
eye
try
out.
out.
And then he's just like, oh no, I've ruined it. And he has to walk it back. So he just goes, I'm just joking. I'd just be fine with some Tinker toys.
Yeah, which Tinker toys are cool.
But he does throw in that Flick is getting one.
Even though Flick's getting one.
Flick's getting one, but I just like some Tinker
He
Toys.
will try anything.
And then his mom's like, they're dangerous, boy. Like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah. She hasn't even moved to the Tinker Toys.
No, because she knows. She knows what he's doing. And then, side note, Randy, his little brother, is probably... So, Ralphie in the movie is 9.
Yeah.
And so, Randy's probably like, 5 or 6?
I would guess 6.
6. And he's wearing a bib.
Well, because he's disgusting.
He is disgusting. He cracks me up. And he refuses to eat his food, which is a side story. But we get our first daydream of Ralphie saving the day with his beloved old blue BB gun.
Yep, he's named the gun.
Because he's like, clearly my mom doesn't understand that this is for home protection, like you said.
Yeah.
Like, and so we watch Ralphie saving the day with his trusty air rifle, and his parents are just so grateful because they would have died without him.
Yeah, they filmed this scene so comically. They're wearing like black and white striped prison outfits.
Oh,
the frame rate's
the
turned
bad
way
guys,
up.
and the parents are dressed like it's the 1800s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the frame rate's like it's from the 20s.
It's great. And so
Everybody's overacting.
we snap out of the dream, and the old man's coming back into the house complaining that his Oldsmobile is frozen. And he says that she would freeze up in the middle of summer.
Yeah, this is a 1937 Oldsmobile 6.
Yeah. And while he's staying there, what was he going to do with the water?
You tell me. I don't know.
I don't know what he was doing because he was getting water for the car.
I guess we did water before antifreeze.
I don't know. Oh, maybe. I don't know. But while he's staying there, he hears a clinker in the furnace and he has to go fix it. And then we get a tapestry of obscenity. And Ralphie says that it's still in space over Lake Michigan.
Yeah.
And so here's some of the...
Well, we wrote down the string of obscenities he lays after he
did.
goes downstairs. And if you have sensitive ears, I mean, you might want to skip forward like 20 seconds because
Watch out.
we're going to try not to swear on this episode, but we have to be 100% accurate with what he said here.
Yeah.
He says, "Oh, blast it. You blurred rattle crash camel flirt. You blockhead battled piece jerk off trash. Golly wop dopter crop dop fratten house stickle pfeifer."
So,
Which, no wonder
I know.
Ralphie has such a mouth on him.
I know. Because listen to this.
I'm sorry. We might have to bleep that out.
Yeah, we might get for sure demonetized. Not that we're monetized. But interestingly, they said that the old man, I don't remember the actor's name, but
Darren McGavin.
He improvised all of this.
Oh, did he?
That's all improvised.
Nice.
Yes. So he came up with all of
I
that.
like it even more.
And then we get just a classic. I think this is a classic. I think every scene in this is classic.
Yeah.
But we get the scene where the mom is getting Randy ready to go to school, and like he's wearing like an entire jumpsuit,
Yeah.
multiple scarves, mittens, hats.
He's
everything.
wearing like 8 layers.
8 layers.
The top one's wool.
What I love about that is then you see Ralphie getting ready for school, and all he has on is a coat, a hat, and mittens.
Scarf.
And a scarf. And
That's
that's it. Like basic stuff. And Randy, by the end of all of these layers, can't put his arms down. So you get the classic, "I can't put my arms down."
Yeah, when she tries to push him down.
Yeah, and then she just tells him, "Put your arms down when you get to school."
He'll do it when he gets to school. Which she's played by Melinda Dillon, who I don't know much about, but she's in Magnolia, which I also don't know much about.
I've
But
never even heard of it.
Before this, she was in Close Encounters of the Third Kind, which she was nominated for an Academy Award for.
Oh, interesting.
So she is a pro.
I never think of the people in this movie as having lives outside of this movie.
Yeah, no, I don't think of them as actors usually
No,
either.
They're just these characters.
Yeah.
But we get the kids going out to school, and you can still hear the old man yelling at the furnace downstairs. And one of the things he did say in the part of the book I read is that this was very common, is that you would be shoved out into the cold and the door would be slammed shut behind you, and you could hear the door slam, and then you either had to die or make it to school.
Yeah.
Those were your choices. So the boys meet up with Schwartz and Flick, and Schwartz is saying that his old man said that if you stick your tongue to a pole, it will stick, because clearly Schwartz and Flick are having a fight about this.
Yeah.
And so Randy's way behind because he's the little brother, and he gets shoved because he's trying to run. He's like, "Hey," what is he saying? "Wait up, guys," like over and over again.
Yeah.
And so he gets shoved down by a passing kid, and he's just like, "Hey, kid."
We quote that all the time.
We do that all the time. Doesn't matter what the season is.
No.
And then he starts doing the like, "I can't get up. I can't get up, Ralphie. I can't get up, Ralphie.
He is 30 feet behind them in every shot in this movie.
I know, and Ralphie's just like thoroughly annoyed that he has to go back and help him, but he goes back and picks up his brother, and Randy's still crying. He's like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, you're fine. Come on. And then we get the kids in Ralphie's class are pranking their teacher, Miss Shields, which a fun fact about Miss Shields I found out is that what's the name of the actress?
Teddy Moore.
Teddy Moore. So Teddy Moore was actually 8 months pregnant.
Yeah.
Filming this movie, but because Miss Shields, this movie takes place in the 40s, and Miss Shields is single, they had to pad out the rest of her body to hide her pregnancy because you wouldn't have had, it would have been more scandalous in the 40s to have an unwed pregnant teacher.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting.
It is.
So the kids are pranking her by putting in fake teeth. And so she walks in and there's like, good morning, Miss Shields.
Well, she's writing on the board and she slowly starts to realize, wait.
Yeah. And then she just, like, I love the command she has of the room because she just turns around without saying a word and just holds out her teeth.
Oh,
or
the
not
power.
her teeth, her hand.
Her hand.
Sorry. And then the kids all come up in a line and just give her the teeth in her hand, which gross.
It's gross.
And then she adds them to her drawer full of pranks, which we saw chattery teeth.
Yeah, we paused to write all this stuff down.
A fake rat, fake noses, toy planes, a slingshot, fake spiders, yo-yos, harmonicas, the glasses with the slinky eyes, and sticky hands.
Yeah.
Like, they do this a lot.
They are constantly pranking.
Constantly pranking her. So at recess, the kids are standing around a flagpole, and they're still arguing about whether or not you'd stick. And Flick just does not believe Schwartz. So Schwartz double dog dares Flick to stick his tongue to the pole. And then there's like a whole like conversation that Ralphie's having in his head, like, oh my gosh, like this is getting serious because now we have a double dog dare.
Yeah.
And the next one is a triple dare you.
Supposed to be a triple dare.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a triple dare. And then in a slight breach of etiquette,
That's what he says.
Schwartz jumps straight to a triple dog dare. So
Absolutely.
Flick really has nowhere to go.
Yeah.
His choices
He's
are
stuck.
taken away from him.
Yeah.
He has to do it. So Flick goes in and his tongue does indeed get stuck and the kids don't know what to do. And behind the scenes, they did this with like a little tube in the pole where they could turn on a vacuum to suck the kid's tongue.
Yeah, there's a hole he stuck his tongue into, and then they have a vacuum
That turned it on to get the effect.
He actually said much later in life that wasn't the worst part of filming. That didn't hurt at all. The worst part of filming that movie was the potato flakes getting in his eyes all the time from the fake snow.
You know what? That actually makes sense because if you think about Flick's eye, the kid is squintier. I wonder if it hurt.
He's squinting the whole time.
Yeah, he squints the whole
He
time.
must have a potato allergy.
Yeah, like my mom. Wow. So the kids don't know what to do. And this is probably my favorite part because the bell rings. And just try to think back to when you were a kid. What would you have done? You would have just gone back to class.
Yeah, and he's like, don't leave me here.
And they're just like, but the bell rang.
The bell rang.
The bell rang. We have to.
We don't have a choice.
Like, I'm not getting in trouble. I have to go in.
Just abandon their brother.
So they just leave him, and Flick is just standing there crying and screaming, come back, no, come back. And so Miss Shields is asking where Flick is, and Schwartz and Ralphie are both just sitting there like they have no idea who Flick is.
The voiceover is kind of cute. He goes, Flick? Flick who?
Flick who? And then one of the girls, Esther Jane, who is in the book, by the way, points out the window. And then I love Miss Shields because she runs outside, no coat, to get Flick because he's just standing on the playground. Not really a playground. It's just a field by himself.
True. Yeah, she's a boss.
In the snow. And so she runs out and there's a kid who's like, oh, the fire department. And then Ralphie's like, oh no. Oh, it's the cops.
And then he just buries his head in his hands.
Because he thinks he's getting arrested.
Yeah.
So the other kids are watching from the window and Ralphie and Schwartz do not move. And then the fire department comes and they literally just grab Flick by the shoulders and pull him off of the pole.
Just yank.
No water, no like anything.
No.
Just pull the kid off, which I feel like there are better ways to do this.
Yeah.
And then Miss Shields walks him back to his desk and he's crying and he has a bandage on his tongue. And then she stops right in front of Ralphie and Schwartz and is all like giving the speech about like, Flick has refused to say who did this, but the guilt you must feel is far worse than any punishment you would receive.
Yeah.
And then like Schwartz honestly, Schwartz is such like a little troublemaker. You can see it in his face.
He's just kind of giggling.
He's just smiling at her. And
Yeah.
Ralphie's just like looking around like, yeah, guys, whoever did this to Flick needs to watch out.
Yeah, he's giving it an Oscar performance.
I love it. And then she assigns the kids a theme. And the theme is what I want for Christmas. And Ralphie gets super excited because he already kind of blew it with his mom. So he thinks that this could be his ticket.
He has another chance.
He has another chance to get his BB gun. And so after school, we get to meet Scut Farkus and his yellow eyes.
Which he doesn't have yellow eyes in
No,
the
he
movie.
doesn't. He doesn't have yellow eyes.
The behind the scenes said that these two actors, Scut Farkus and Grover Dill, were cast by a casting director, not Bob Clark, from videos that were sent in. And when they got to set, they were reversed. And he was like, no. The lead bully can't be 1.5 feet shorter.
Oh, yeah.
So he switched their roles on day one of filming.
Grover Dill is definitely Grover Dill.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, and he's nearly 2 feet shorter than that
Yeah,
other
he is.
kid.
So I love that Scut Farkus steps out from behind a fence, and Schwartz and Ralphie and Flick like are just staying there horrified. And then Scut just gently pushes Randy down.
Yeah, just a little nudge.
Just nudges him down. He falls right over. And then the boys start running to climb a fence to get out. And then the toady shows up, Grover Dill, and like caps off their escape. So I think that, yeah, Schwartz gets caught. And then while Schwartz is doing the uncle thing with them with his arm behind his back, they have to go pick up Randy. And one of the lines I love is, Ralphie says, Randy lay there like a slug. It was his only defense.
Yeah.
And so Flick and Ralphie are picking Randy up, which I appreciate. At least they didn't leave him there.
Yeah.
And then they wait for Schwartz to kind of get done with his uncle routine, and then they just run away.
Yep.
And then we get, like, I love this scene, and we quote this one too. The scene where Grover Dill punches Scut Farkus, like,
They're
yeah,
a little
way to go,
celebratory.
man.
Yeah.
And then Scut, Grover punches Scut.
Yeah.
And then Scut punches him back harder.
Yeah.
And then Grover punches.
There's 4 punches.
Yeah. And then Grover punches Scut again. And then, like, Scut, like,
They're both
hauls
getting
off and
madder and
punches
madder.
Grover. And all Grover does is, like, man.
This is literally me playing video games with my friends.
Yes. You and JJ escalate so quickly. Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, man.
No.
I started it.
No, JJ's the man, yeah. You're Scut Farkus who just calls off and kills him randomly, and then
We've both been on both sides.
you guys have, but from what I see, yeah. Anyway, so Ralphie sent away for his decoding pin from the little orphan Annie, and this is what I love: is every time this boy checks the mail, if nothing for him is in it,
Shuts it.
The
first time he shut it.
he shuts it, and he doesn't get the
lets it
mail
all
and
in it.
bring it in the house for his mom. He just leaves it there.
Yeah.
So here is his theme, because then we get the beautiful scene of him writing it, and this is poetry.
Yeah.
Okay, so the theme: what I want for Christmas. What I want for Christmas is a Red Ryder BB gun with a compass in the stock and this thing which tells time.
And then he goes, wow, that's great.
Wow, that's great. I think that everybody should have a Red Ryder BB gun. They're very good for Christmas. I don't think that a football is a very good Christmas present.
Signed, Ralphie.
Poetry. That's his entire theme.
It's like 4 lines.
It's not great. That's for sure. I think his grade's probably a little high on it, to be fair.
Agreed.
So the old man is getting home, and he's absolutely ecstatic because he got a Western Union that he won something today from one of his competitions he does with the crossword puzzles.
Yeah, which I've always found funny that he entered a contest to win. He doesn't even know.
No, I think he just does it all the time.
Yeah, it just says a major award.
Yeah, it's a major award. And then, like, I love it because he's getting swarmed by these hounds. And Ralphie says that their hillbilly neighbors have 785 hound dogs that ignore everyone except for his old man. And so the old man gets in the house, and he's super excited about how he's getting it delivered tonight. And then you caught this for the first time, which I've noticed in other viewings, but he opens the door, the old man does, and sticks his leg out so that the dogs can chew on it extra because he's happy
He's
today.
so excited. He's like, have an extra chew on me. There are so many times we've seen this movie, and I've noticed something new every single time.
It's such a good movie.
It's great.
It's a great movie. And then he's excited, like talking about the possibilities because he doesn't know what he's getting. And he's all like, it could be a bowling alley. And the mom's like, how am I going to deliver a bowling alley here tonight?
Well, they could bring the deed, for Christ's sake.
I didn't expect him to deliver a whole bowling alley. But they sit down to dinner and Randy is playing with his food and they have this line. And I feel bad for the mom. This is why I don't have kids, because I'm not this patient.
Yeah, this is tough.
But literally, the old man asks for more meatloaf or more cabbage, and she gets up to get it for him. And then the second she sits down and is about to take another bite, Ralphie stops her from eating and asks for more cabbage.
Mm-hmm.
And then she jumps up again to get that, and absolutely not.
There's a little voiceover where he says, my mother hasn't had a warm meal for herself in what, like 15 years, which is older than the kids.
Well, they both seem, I don't know how old the actress, I don't know how old the mom is, but the dad does seem like he's probably in his late 50s.
Yeah.
So maybe it took him a while. Or maybe they got married later in life.
Yeah, I'm saying she hasn't been able to have a hot meal since before the kids were here.
Yeah, because, I mean, tis the time, I guess.
Well, I guess. This
I don't
movie
know.
supposedly took place in like 1940. There's a lot of Wizard of Oz stuff.
Yeah, it's supposed to take place, basically from the research we did, no one really knows because it's a movie. And so there's inconsistencies for when the movie would have come out. But based on all the cars, I would guess early 40s.
Yeah, the IMCDB said that the newest car was a 1948, but I think they were shooting for 1940, 41.
I think it's definitely like pre-World War II, our involvement in pre-World War II, or right when it started.
Yeah.
So,
well, they had the same dinner every single night.
They said that was common in during the Depression and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was more frugal. And they said especially leading up to Christmas, you would eat the same meal all the time so you could save your money to have a grand feast.
Yep.
Which makes the last part of this movie really much sadder.
True.
Yeah, because they would have been saving the whole month for this meal.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we get one of my favorite lines because Randy doesn't want to eat. And then he does the meatloaf, double beatloaf. I hate meatloaf. And then this is literally my parents. Because the old man is like, go get me my tools. And like, what does he say? Like a router, like basically something for plumbing.
Yeah, my plumber's helper.
Yeah, my plumber's helper. I'm going to open his mouth and
shove
it in.
Yeah.
Shove it down your throat.
Something your dad would say.
100% something my dad would say.
Yeah.
And then the mom is all like, okay, well, show me how the piggies eat. And is being so fun and just like, come on.
Something your mom would say.
Something my mom would do. And just like the mom and Randy are having a great time with Randy pretending to be a pig eating his dinner while Ralphie and the old man are absolutely disgusted.
Horrified.
And just watching it happen. And then a light knock on the door.
Which he knocks like 45 times.
Yeah, but
slightly.
he knocks just nightly, very lightly, about 45 times. And so the major award has arrived.
Yeah. This is when he calls him Mr. Parker, which is the first time he's not called the old man.
Yeah, Mr. Parker. I think that's the only, he's always called the old man. I think he's called Daddy once.
Yeah.
In reference to him, not to his face.
No.
Yeah. But anyway, so they get the big box inside. And one of my favorite things is he's asking the delivery driver, he's like, well, what's in it? And the delivery driver is like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And he's like, but what's in there? And the delivery driver just does this shrug like, I don't know.
Yeah, he doesn't say anything, but he's like, I just told you.
I just told you I don't know.
Cigarette hanging out of his mouth.
So they get the box in and it's massive. And then the old man sends Ralphie to go get his tools. And it says fragile.
This side up.
Yeah, on it. And he's like, oh, fragile. It must be Italian.
I think it says fragile, honey.
And he's like, oh, yeah. All right. And so we open the box to reveal hay. And so we don't know what's in it. And then
he goes, there could be anything in there.
Could be anything in there. He's just, I love how adorable he is that he's just so excited.
He doesn't care what it's going to be. He won.
Because he climbs into the box and he pulls out a leg and he's like, it's a leg. And then the mom's like, but what is it?
Like a statue or something.
And then Ralphie starts rubbing because it's a leg. If you've never seen this movie, where have you been? But it's a leg.
Go watch it. It's on Max.
Yeah, it's on fishnet stockings
Yeah.
on, and Ralph, and like the under part of a booty
Yeah.
is on the top, and Ralphie just starts his hands on her thigh and just goes, yeah,
slowly
a
up.
statue, running his hands towards the fake woman's bottom.
His mom slices his hand away.
And then his mom just hits his hand and like covers his eyes and goes, Ralphie, my God. So the man climbs back in and he finds the what's it called? Lampshade.
The shade.
And he's like, it's a lamp. And he's super excited. And the mom is just like, what is happening in my life? I hate this. And then he immediately gets out with his lamp and runs to the front window.
Well, yeah, he goes, it's the most beautiful lamp I've ever seen. And she goes,
she's like,
no.
No, she says, I think she says, is it? Oh, she says, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, he says, what a great lamp. And she goes, I don't know.
Oh, that's what he said.
Yeah. And then so he goes to put it in the window and he runs outside to get it perfectly in the middle.
Yeah.
And while he's outside, we get every single like neighbor
Resident
comes out,
of
and
home in
cars are
Indiana.
stopping in the street.
Yeah, the first guy that comes up to him is the director of the movie.
Director of the movie.
Bob Clark.
He says, you say you want it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's like, you don't know anything.
He's like,
obviously.
I hate this guy.
He hates him.
It's a major award, you nincompoop.
It's a major award. Duh. You wouldn't know anything with brain power. That's how I won it. Yeah, no, it's hilarious. And then Ralphie
this
says a
guy.
line about how the entire neighborhood was turned on
Yeah.
by the glow of electric sex in the window or something like
Yeah,
that.
he said I
love
would
it.
ignore the electric sex in the window to
Yeah,
get to my radio
so
show.
the mom is like just so embarrassed because now all their neighbors are looking at this leg in their window.
Glowing.
That's all the glowing leg. And so she distracts the boys by telling them to go listen to Little Orphan Annie. And that's when he says it's the only thing that could have distracted me from the
Yeah.
side of glowing electric sex in the window.
Yes.
Yeah. I love it. So then Ralphie turns in his theme and we get another daydream of his theme literally changing Miss Shields as a person.
Yeah.
And
she's grading F's and
yeah,
F's.
she's like, oh, margins.
Semicolon, you dolt.
Yeah. And then so she gets to his paper and reads it out loud and then is just like, oh, it's a masterpiece. It's the most amazing thing I've ever read in my life. A+.
She stands up to turn onto the board.
Yep, and writes A+, and then she keeps going while his classmates are lifting him up in the air to celebrate on the walls, writing A+, the door and everything, just going around the room.
Absurd.
It's hilarious. And then what I love is then we flash back to real life, and Ralphie is just doing this daydreaming, standing in front of her desk.
Huge grin on his face.
And like the teacher's just like, go sit down. Yeah. She's just standing in front of her desk and she's just like, Ralphie, Ralph. And then he like eventually looks at her and she's like, can I help you? And he's like, no.
I'm just turning in my theme.
And she's like, okay, go sit down. You can take your seat now. And he's like, okay. But like, it's adorable.
The classroom giggles at him.
And then we go back and I love this scene, but the family's heading out to go get their Christmas tree. And the mom, like they're all walking out the door because they're in a rush. And the mom stops and goes back inside.
Oh, forgot something.
And goes and turns off the leg lamp. And the dad's like, what are you doing? And then she gets back out and she's like, don't want to waste electricity.
While every other light in the house is on.
Every light in the house is on. Upstairs, downstairs, every light's on. But she turns off one lamp. And he's just like, okay, all right, cool beans. And then they go to get the Christmas tree. And the salesman is trying to. We also quote this movie a lot randomly.
Yeah, throughout the year.
But the salesman is trying to get them to buy a tree, and the old man is great at bartering. So the old man starts trying to hype up like, oh, we could get a plastic tree because if we got a plastic tree, we wouldn't have to replace it ever again. Like that's a better deal.
And the guy's just kind of like listening to him, making these funny faces.
Because he's already offered him $2 off of the tree.
Which that's probably a lot.
Yeah, that seems like a lot. We should have looked up the conversion. But anyway,
Yeah.
So then the guy's like, okay, I'll throw in some rope and tie it to your car. And the old man's like, yes.
Yeah, I got him.
Now I got him. So they get their tree. And then in the car, the boys and the mom are singing Jingle Bells. And then they get another flat tire, which how common are flat tires in the 1940s?
Probably very. This is like 10 years after cars were publicly available.
Oh my gosh. I knock on wood, I've never had a flat.
Okay, yeah, please knock on wood.
Knock on wood, I've never had to do that. Like,
oh my gosh.
No, I've never had to do that. Knock on wood.
Lucky.
Our car doesn't even have a spare. You realize that?
Yeah, no, neither one of them do.
Why is that a thing?
That's Dodge for you.
Why
I don't
is
know.
that a thing?
This is cutting costs. It's the same as how people don't put chargers in anything anymore.
How much is a spare tire?
Enough to deprive us of them.
Like, it'd be nice to just have something to. Anyway. So he tells the mom to time him while he goes to change it.
Yeah.
So the mom, I love this moment, to be honest, because the mom sends Ralphie out to go help his old man. And the old man is like, what are you doing out here? And Ralphie's like, oh, mom said I should come help you. And the old man's like, great. Cool.
All right, hand me that.
Hold this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and then so he gives him like the hubcap thing, I guess. And he starts putting all the nuts inside the hubcap or the bolts. I don't know.
Yeah.
So he starts putting them in the hubcap thing while Ralphie's holding it. And then the old man, this is the old man's fault because the old man is the one who hits it out of Ralphie's hand.
Yeah, I think he knew that. He wasn't reacting to that.
No, he wasn't reacting to that. You're right. So Ralphie, after losing all the nuts, says, "Oh, fudge." And then he says, only I didn't say fudge. I said the word. The queen mother of dirty words, the F dash 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 word. And then the old man just calmly is like, what did you say? And then Ralphie just stares at him. And the old man's like, that's
what I thought you said.
And then he's like, get in the car. And then like as he's leaving, the old man looks proud of him.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit proud of him. And then, so Ralphie does like the walk of shame and gets in the car. And then the old man gets back in and the mom is like, that took 8 minutes.
Yeah.
8 minutes.
Not your best.
Not your best. And then the old man's like, do you know what your son just said? And she's like, no, what? And then she screams.
Yeah, he whispers to her.
Yeah.
And Randy jumps forward to listen.
Yeah. And then she screams. And our very next shot is Ralphie with soap in his mouth talking about the different flavors because he became a connoisseur.
Yeah, they said this was wax when they were filming.
Yeah. So he said that his favorite was probably Palmolive because it had a nice peak after dinner taste. And the worst one was Life Buoy. Buoy or boy?
Buoy.
Buoy. Okay. Yeah. Life Buoy. And that's the one he has in his mouth right now.
Yeah.
And then he says that his mom asks him, where did you hear that word? And Ralphie says that he's heard it 10 times a day from his father since he's been born. But instead, because he knows he can't say that, he instead says, I heard it from Schwartz. Okay. And so poor Schwartz,
under the bus.
The mom goes and calls Mrs. Schwartz immediately after putting the soap back in Ralphie's mouth. And then you hear like Schwartz's mom answer the phone and the mom's like, did you know what Ralphie said today? And whispers the word to Schwartz's mom.
What?
And she's like, oh my gosh, not that. And then the mom is like, do you know where he heard it? And then you can hear Miss Schwartz go, probably from his father. And then the mom is like, no, he heard it from your son. And then Mrs. Schwartz goes off and you just hear, what? And then like, oh, mom, what'd I do? Mom, what did I do?
Look what you've caused.
While Schwartz is being beaten.
No remorse.
This is made in the 80s where we were all spanked pretty much. So,
right.
Humor. But Ralphie, his punishment's over and he goes to bed and he dreams that when he gets older, his mom will regret what she did because he'll be blind because of soap poisoning.
Yeah.
And I do love, though, that before the little vision happens or his little daydream, his mom tastes it.
Yeah.
And
she's like, oh.
She does it for like 2 seconds and is like, ugh.
Yeah, I wonder if she ever
I
fed
don't know
him
if
soap.
she ever did it again
Ever
after
again.
that because that's gross. So then the kids are giving their presents to Miss Shields and Ralphie gives her a basket of fresh fruit. And then he just stands there just staring at her, winking at her.
Again.
Because he wants to get an A+ on his theme. Because she's his ticket to a BB gun right now.
Yeah.
She went home and she's just like, that kid has a crush on me.
Yeah.
That kid's weird. So he's checking the mail and his decoder pin has arrived, but he grabs only his mail, leaves the mailbox
wide open,
and leaves everything else and runs inside.
Yep.
So
what a guy.
He gets his code, the secret message, his first ever message as part of the secret society. And he does say a line where he's like, honor and benefits already at the age of 9, which I think is cute. So he gets his first message and he goes up to the bathroom to decode it. And like, it's a really tense scene because he's trying to decode it in the only place where a kid can get privacy. while his mother and brother are banging on the door because Randy has to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, so much for privacy.
So it's super intense. And then after all of that, the secret message just says, be sure to drink your Ovaltine.
Ugh.
Which he says, a crummy commercial. Which did you catch that he said that he had to drink a bunch of Ovaltine for months to get the money or whatever the things that you need to send off for it?
It's a racket.
And then he says he walked out of the bathroom wiser.
Yeah.
It's just a racket.
He stopped being a boy that day.
Yep, he stopped. That's when he became a man. So horrible. All of his childhood dreams just shattered. So they're having red cabbage and meatloaf again for dinner, and it's just like a really calm moment where the mom is Ralphie's eating cookies or something at the table, and the mom is going to water her plants, and you hear the dad fighting with the furnace downstairs, the old man. And so he said that the next thing that happens is a family controversy for years because the mom walks off with her watering can, and then you hear glass shattering. And then the old man immediately runs up from the basement and is like, what broke? And Ralphie, being a little kid and a boy, just goes, I don't know. And so the old man runs in, and the mom is holding pieces of his major award all in her hands. It's broken in probably 4 or 5 pieces, if not more. Which interesting because it's clearly made of plastic. So what was the glass shatter?
Yeah,
maybe the light bulb. Yeah, but so he takes it out of her hands and he's like, "Don't touch it. You've always been jealous of my award." And she's like, "Jealous of a lamp? No." And he's like, "Jealous because I won."
Yeah.
And then she's like, "That's ridiculous. That is the ugliest lamp I have ever seen in my entire life."
Boy, these people need to take 5.
Yeah. Yep. And then he's just like, "Go get the glue." And she's like, "We're out." And he's like, "You used up all the glue on purpose." And then Ralphie says something about he was trying to muster something to say, and all the dad gets out is not a finger. And then he puts on his hat and runs out of the house to go get glue.
It's delivered so well.
And it's so sad because she's laughing at him while he's trying to fix it.
I hate that.
I hate that too because I guess I don't get first off, a leg lamp is awesome. Number one.
I'm not sure he even liked it.
No,
he just won something.
But why wouldn't you? Because I feel like if this were you and you had your amps, they're always out.
Yeah.
What do? I just put them in the closet.
Yeah.
That's
and then
all
I
do.
put them back out.
And then I put them in the closet.
Yeah.
So that's what I feel like in this situation, that would be my...
Those are our little micro fights.
Yes. It would be like if you had this
Passive-aggressive.
ugly thing that I hated, I would just continue to move it to your room, your man cave. And I would just be like, this goes in here. And then if you want it, you can put it back. And then when you go to bed, I'll put it back.
Yeah.
That's what we would do
until
you got too tired to put it back anymore. Or me.
One of us.
One of us would give up eventually, but it makes me sad that she broke it. And then Ralphie says that night his old man buried it by himself next to the garage in the backyard, and he could hear taps playing softly.
So sad. It's kind of
so
playing
sad.
taps behind the scene too.
Yeah, it's really sad.
Yeah.
So the next shot we have is the boys walking to school, or they're at school, and Scott and Grover Dill tell Ralphie he's their chosen victim. And they tell Ralphie to come over. And Ralphie's like, no.
I can't. I got to go talk to Miss Shields.
I have to go talk to Miss Shields. And he runs away. And so that leaves Flick to play Uncle. And not only did they play Uncle with Flick, but when Flick walks into the classroom, he had a black eye.
He has a black eye. They punched him.
They punched him. They're terrible.
Yeah, they're the worst.
So Ralphie gets his theme back, and he got a C+. And written on the bottom of it said, P.S. You'll shoot your eye out.
That's a generous grade.
And then it's very generous. But he says, my mother must have gotten to Mrs. Shields.
Yeah.
So then
they're conspiring against me.
And this was the saddest line. He said, I was surrounded by happier kids who were going to get what they wanted for Christmas. And that makes me really sad. So Ralphie's heartbroken at this point. And he's dejected. And he's walking alone, kind of in an alley sort of thing. But it must be close to the school because there were a lot of kids around. But then again, it's the 40s, so I'm sure all of these kids just lived in the neighborhood and played together all the time.
Yeah, I don't take home in Indiana as a very big town.
No, because it doesn't exist.
Right.
But so he's walking alone, and he gets hit in the face with a snowball by Scott and Grover Dill.
Yeah, it's one of those days when you're already at.
He's already at capacity. Like he was already about to cry, and then he's standing there while Scott and Grover are like, if I tell you to come, you better come. And then while Ralphie's staying there, he doesn't have his glasses on anymore because of the snowball, and he's about to cry because he's at his capacity for the day. And then Scott Farkus makes not a fatal error, but fatal for his reputation error.
Yeah.
And basically is like, oh, are you going to cry now? Go on, cry, baby, cry. And then Ralphie beats up Scott Farkus. And what I love about it is the second he tackles Scott Farkus, Grover Dill's like, hey, kid, what are you doing?
Don't do that. And then just one light push.
Yeah, one light push. And then Grover Dill's like, I'm going to go tell my dad.
Yeah.
And then he takes off. And Scott's still on the ground with Ralphie, like with a string of obscenities just pounding into Scott Farkus.
These are far worse words than we've heard his dad use.
Oh, yeah, far worse. And then all the kids from the school are gathered around the other side of the fence like, oh my gosh, it's Ralphie. Yeah, go Ralphie. Yeah. And then like the other boys show up. Schwartz, Randy, and Flick all show up. And the two, Schwartz and Flick, the friends, are just thoroughly impressed.
Yeah.
Like they're just so proud of him. And then Randy runs off to go get mom.
Mm-hmm.
And so this part always makes me cry a little bit. It's really sweet because the mom gets there just in like a coat overneath her house coat kind of a thing. Yeah. And there's a part because all the obscenities, Flick is all like, your mother, Ralphie, your mother.
Yeah, he's trying.
He's trying to warn him. And so Ralphie gets pulled off of Scott. The mom does not check on Scott Farkus because they must know in this neighborhood that kid is a douche.
Oh.
They have to know.
Yeah, he's a jerk.
She does not even look at that kid. She pulls Ralphie off and it's just like, let's go home. And then takes Ralphie home. And Ralphie and Randy are both convinced that Ralphie's going to die tonight.
Yeah.
When the old man gets home, Ralphie is going to be in major trouble.
Yeah, this is it.
So, but instead, Ralphie gets taken home and his mom is just trying to settle him down because he's still, like, he's basically that point of crying where you can't talk. Like, it feels like you can't breathe because you're so worked up. Mm-hmm. So he's crying and he can't talk. And she just tells him to go lay down. And then it's like a really calm where she's making dinner and hears Randy crying underneath in a cabinet. And she opens it and Randy's basically just like, well, daddy's going to kill Ralphie. And she's like, your daddy is not going to kill Ralphie. And she's like, yes, he is.
Do you want a glass of milk?
Yeah. Do you want a glass of milk? And he's like, yeah. And then she gives it to him and is like, all right, I'll see you later. And
I love that she just shuts the door.
She shuts the door. Yep.
Just leaves him in there.
And so then the old man makes it home and the boys assemble for Ralphie's last dinner. And the dad asks where Ralphie's glasses are. And the mom covers for him by saying, oh, you left these on the radio. Don't do that.
Yeah.
And then the dad's just like, so what else happened today? And then the mom's like, oh, well, Ralphie had a fight.
Yeah, she does tell.
She tells him. And then the old man's like, what kind of fight? And she's like, oh, you know, boys. Like, it's fine. Yeah. I already gave him a talking to. We're good. But what I think is interesting is I don't think the old man would have had a bad reaction to this.
No.
Because, I mean, like, everyone in this neighborhood, because it's the 40s, knows who Scott Farkus is. Probably knows who Scott Farkus's parents are, because poor Scott Farkus is probably from a really bad household.
Probably.
And so I don't think that your son defending himself against the neighborhood bully would be something that would upset you.
Yeah, and they haven't portrayed the dad as
violent,
angry even, really.
No, he's angry at the furnace and his Oldsmobile.
Yeah,
he's never angry with the mom or the kids.
Yeah, even when Ralphie says the word, he just leaves it to the mom.
He just leaves discipline. Yeah, he's a really good dad.
I like him.
Yeah, I love him a lot.
Yeah.
So I love that scene. But anyway, and then Ralphie realizes that night that his only hope for his BB gun dream is Santa. He has to ask Santa because his mother cannot get to Santa. Santa's the head honcho.
Yeah.
She can't go above
This is
Santa.
foolproof. This is a last resort.
Yeah, and he's going to ask Santa without telling his mom. So, and they're watching a Christmas parade, and Ralphie is super anxious to go to the store and ask Santa before it closes. And this is just such a cute, I don't know. I like all the scenes with the parents, but the parents are just trying to enjoy the parade. and they have their 9-year-old just standing there like, we need to go now.
Yeah.
And they're just like, and the dad eventually is like, shut up, Ralphie. But they go.
This is you at Disney with parades.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Because I'm not a parade girl.
No.
I'm not
You're
a
like,
parade
we gotta
girl.
go. There's
Or a firework girl. I'm like, we could get on the TTA.
there's no
in
lines
2
right now.
minutes. Let's go. Pirates is a walk-on. We're going.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is a once-in-a-lifetime parade. And I'm like, it'll be on the internet. Some idiot will stand there while I'm going to do stuff.
That is you.
Anyway, I don't like parades. Anyway.
Rant over.
That's over. So they get in line to go see Santa. And it's just like a little scene of how long the line is. And then, oh, yeah, there's a cameo. The boys think that they're getting in the line right at the bottom of the stairs. And then there's a voice that you should recognize if you've paid attention to the movie.
Yeah.
Gene Shepherd has a cameo.
Yeah, that's the author of the book. And the woman standing beside him is the writer of the screenplay.
I didn't know that.
Gene Shepherd's wife, Lee Brown.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
So, because you get to hear Gene Shepherd not doing his Ralphie voice, but it's his voice.
Yeah.
Where he's just like, no, the line ends here. The line starts there. And the boys have to like weave all the way.
Clear across the store.
Ralphie says to Terre Haute.
Yeah.
For the line for Santa. And then we get this really weird kid standing in front of them who keeps trying to talk to them. He's like, I like Santa. And then there's
Ralphie's
like, that's
yeah.
nice. That's nice. And then he eventually turns back around. He's like, I like the Wizard of Oz. I like the Tin Man.
Yeah,
and Ralphie and Randy both just look at him.
Yeah.
Do not engage. So they get to the front of the line. Randy gets put on Santa's lap, and like all the kids ahead of Randy and Ralphie are screaming when they get to meet Santa.
As soon as they sit on his lap.
As soon as they sit in his lap, they scream. So it's Randy's turn. Randy gets pulled away, starts screaming, shoved down the slide.
Yeah.
Now it's Ralphie's turn, and then we get like a first-person view of what it's like.
This setup, first off, is massive.
I would have loved this as a kid.
This is like 20 feet tall.
Yeah.
And everybody at the top is a jerk.
Everyone, but they do mention that the store closes at 9.
Yeah.
It is now
Well, you
9
should have
o'clock.
stopped putting kids in the line at 8.
Yeah,
then.
you should have had someone like a Disney person be like, no, Pooh's not meeting anyone past you.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
Yeah.
So you think that you would do that, but also maybe book them till 10:30 that night.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
Absolutely.
also this is Christmas Eve.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So it's 9 o'clock Christmas Eve. I don't necessarily blame them for being frustrated, but these are little kids. So anyway, but it's his turn, and we get like a first person thing with the one woman saying, move your feet, like dragging him up the stairs.
Yeah.
And then him doing like a full like 180 from seeing Santa to being picked up to seeing the rest of the store.
Nearly a 360.
Yeah, nearly a 360 to being on Santa's lap. And there's just a guy going, ho, 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 in his face. And then he's just speechless.
Yeah, they're doing everything they can to make
He
these
has
people
nothing
look
to say.
horrifying.
And then there is like a softer moment with one of the elves. Did you notice that? Because when Ralphie doesn't have a reaction or can't say anything, one of the guys is like, come on, kid.
Yeah.
Say something.
Well, yeah, Santa's kind of nice. These two elves are jerks.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, like the guy next to Santa's not too bad after he calms down for a second and realizes this kid's like starstruck. And Santa's not too bad. Because Santa just, when Ralphie's being yelled at by the elf down the stairs, it just gently touches Ralphie's face and redirects him. Like, what do you want?
Yeah.
Like, what do you want for Christmas? And then he still can't say anything. So Santa's like, what about a nice football? And Ralphie's like, yeah, what's a football? I don't know what that is.
Which he does, because he already said it wasn't a good Christmas
Yeah.
present.
And he's just like, yeah, that sounds great. And then he gets picked up and shoved down the slide. And as he's going down the slide, he's like, this was your shot, bro. This is your only chance.
Yeah.
And so Ralphie screams, no, and stops himself on the slide, which don't you remember doing that?
What? No.
What? You never stopped yourself on the slides?
No.
You never ran up the slides backwards?
Well, yeah, that.
You just stop yourself?
Well, no, you just run up from the bottom.
Oh, well, you never stopped yourself. Okay, so did you ever play at the McDonald's play? Were you too big for the McDonald's play place in our hometown?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Because my cousins, there was a lady who worked in that poor room, and we would run around like heathens, and she would be like, you cannot run back up the slide. And we always be like, deuces. And we would do it anyway. Because there were
Wow.
like 15 of us, so we would just do what we wanted. And she probably hated it seeing us come.
Probably.
Because
She
we
was
were
probably
there a
like this
lot.
elf lady.
We were there a lot, and to put this in perspective, this is when like teeny beanies were like the craze. So
Oh, the little Beanie Babies from Happy Meals.
teeny
Yeah.
beanies. But anyway, so he screams no and stops himself on the slide and like drags himself back up to the top and says the whole thing. Like, I want a Red Ryder car 200 shot range model air rifle.
Yeah.
And then Santa's like, no, you'll shoot your eye out, kid.
The dreaded line again.
Yeah, and then just says, Merry Christmas, ho, 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 and kicks him in the
Kicks him in
head.
the face.
And then the mom and dad find the boys just comatose at the bottom of the slide.
He has not moved.
Neither one of them have moved. They're just sitting there like they've been like PTSD. And then mom and dad are just super happy and pick the boys up and are all like, oh, did you tell him what you wanted? And they're like, yeah. He's like, did he ask you if you've been good? And he's like, no. And the dad's just like, he knows.
Yeah.
He always knows. And so then we get the shot of them decorating the tree, and we find out that the old man is clearly colorblind because the parents are arguing. He's saying that the green one is out, and the mom's saying, no, the blue one is out. Obviously, the blue one is out.
Yeah, and he's like, I know which one's out. I'm not colorblind.
And she's like, I'm not colorblind either. And then they fix it, and the blue one comes on, and he's like, see, I told you it was the green.
Yeah.
And she's just like, oh my gosh.
Oh, you're colorblind.
This
Okay.
makes so much sense. But
I know that.
then-
Also, they're putting up a tree on Christmas Eve,
They're putting
presumably to take down tomorrow.
yeah. Yeah.
What a waste.
I know.
You probably should have bought a balsam.
Yeah, you should have bought a balsam. Yeah. So, yeah, no, because you probably could have gotten a much cheaper tree if you're only going to use it for a day,
Yeah.
like 12 hours.
Yeah.
But the star is completely crooked, and the old man like has a fight with it to make it straight, and it wasn't as crooked at the beginning as it is at the end.
Yeah. It's more
And then
crooked
he's just
now.
like, perfect. And then they're just like, all right.
Okay.
And then they start telling the boys that they need to go to bed because they thought they heard Santa on the other side of the street.
Anything to get these kids to bed.
Yeah. And so then I love this because the boys are running upstairs. Randy's in the front and Ralphie's behind him. And for no reason except for being an older sibling jerk, Ralphie tackles Randy to overtake him on the stairs.
Yeah, I would do this.
No reason.
Yeah,
They're going
no
to
reason.
the same room.
I need to be first.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. And then so Christmas morning and the boys go downstairs and Ralphie starts searching for his BB gun and he cannot find it. So he's like already dejected
Yeah.
because he can't find it. And so the mom and dad join the boys downstairs and they start opening their gifts, and the mom is like, oh, there's your gift from Aunt Clara. She always gets you the best stuff. And the dad looks at her like, no, she doesn't. She's terrible. So Ralphie opens his present from Aunt Clara, who, you know what, Aunt Clara, I hate you. Why are you buying? What is this? But Ralphie says that Aunt Clara thinks he's 4 and a girl.
Which, yeah, clearly.
Yeah, and she makes him
His
this.
mom says that she made this.
Yeah, she made him this Easter bunny outfit, which is called the Pink Nightmare. And this is another line that the old man improvised because Ralphie walks down the stairs and the old man says he looks like a deranged Easter bunny.
Which he does.
And that was improvised by the guy.
Darren McGavin.
Darren McGavin. Okay. I'm going to forget that a lot. And then the old man calls him, he looks like a pink nightmare. Do you like wearing that? And Ralphie's like, no. And he's like, then go take it off. Tell him he can take it off. And the mom's like, you just have to wear it when Aunt Clara comes to visit.
Yep.
It's horrifying though.
It's not horrifying.
Well, I want
Have
to see
you
what
seen
she
Donnie
got
Darko?
Randy. I have, but I don't remember it.
There's a deranged Easter bunny in that.
I don't remember it. So Randy is passed out in his gifts, and Ralphie is sitting with his mom and dad talking about Christmas. And the old man is like, did you get everything you wanted? And Ralphie's like, I mean, yeah, for the most part. And he's all like, well, that's kind of life. So
There's always next Christmas.
yeah. And then the old man's like, what is that? There's something behind the desk. Ralphie, what is that? Go check it out. And then so Ralphie gets up and the mom's like, what did we put back there? And the old man's like, shush. Don't worry about it. And she's like, oh my gosh,
Get
what
out
did
of
you
this.
do? And so the
Rule 1, mind your business.
yeah, rule 1, mind your business. So the old man, honestly, I love this scene because the old man is just gleeful to watch Ralphie open the thing he's dreamed of.
Yeah.
Like he's so happy to see his little boy be so happy.
Yeah, and he's like doing a little cute, like, then do it like this.
They'll run everywhere. They're going to go everywhere. So Ralphie gets his BB gun that he's always dreamed of. And he's just so thrilled. And honestly, like even the mom's happy because she's happy to see her husband happy
Yeah.
and her little boy
And her
happy.
boy.
So it's a really beautiful little scene. And so then he immediately is like, can I go try out my gun? And the mom's like, oh my gosh, this is so dangerous, but just at least go put on your galoshes. Isn't that what she says?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go put on your galoshes and go outside. And then the old man defends it when Ralphie runs off. And he's like, I had one when I was 8. And then their rules are don't shoot any animals or birds. But the old man says you can shoot the Bumpus's dogs.
He hates these
He
dogs.
hates the dogs. So Ralphie, being a 9-year-old, has his target set up on like a piece of tin sign
Made out of, metal.
made out of metal. And his very first shot with his BB gun, like, what's it called? Rebounces?
Ricochet.
Ricochets. That's it. Ricochet. Ricochets.
Yeah.
And hits him underneath his eye. So he's like, oh my God, I shot my eye out.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
His glasses vanish from existence.
His glasses, because he falls back when it happens.
Yeah.
And he's immediately like, oh my gosh, they can't know about this because then I'll never live this down and she's going to take my BB gun away. So instead, he's like looking for his glasses. Like, I can just cover it up with my glasses. It's fine. And so in the snow, he's trying to find them. And then you hear a crunch because he steps on his glasses. And he's like, maybe I can still pass this off, but one of the lenses is missing. One of the lenses is completely cracked, and one of the ears is down by his chin now.
Yeah.
So it's not going to work. So he comes up with, honestly, a really ingenious plan just on the spot.
Okay.
Because he's going to say an icicle fell off the garage and hit him in the eye. And it works.
It does work.
It does work. He just starts crying. And
But we've talked the whole movie about her not being dumb. I'm sure she knows.
I don't think she does.
Okay.
I don't know, because she doesn't say anything like clearly it's a BB gun. She's just like, and then
Yeah, because she loves her kid.
She gives him the lecture about how dangerous icicles are. So I wonder if maybe like this is the 40s, so maybe some kid did die from icicles in their neighborhood or something.
Maybe.
I don't know. Possibly. I have no idea. I don't know, but it works. And so the mom comes out and grabs him, and it's just like, look, it's just a small bump. You really need to stop crying. And then the old man is apparently obsessed with turkey and it keeps sneaking into the kitchen to eat the uncooked turkey, which the mom keeps yelling at him to stop. But apparently in the excitement of getting Ralphie in the house to take care of his eye, they left the door open with the turkey in the kitchen. Oh. And so the Bumpuses, all their 785 dogs have made it into the house, and they devour the turkey and destroy the kitchen. Like, their table's destroyed, all of the turkey is gone, which, to now put it in perspective, in the 40s, like we said earlier, you ate the same meal saving for Christmas.
Yeah.
So this was like a huge loss.
Yeah.
For them. And so the mom is crying, and Ralphie like just hits her in the arm and offers the rag with like the medicine on it that she was putting on his eye.
Yeah.
And it's just like, here you go. And then the old man is just kind of like, you can tell he's mad, but seeing his family like so dejected, he's immediately like, all right, we're going out for lunch. Get dressed.
I'll fix this.
Let's go. And I just love how quickly he just rebounds.
Yeah.
And then they go to Chop Suey Palace, and they have their most memorable Christmas meal where they got introduced to Chinese turkey. Isn't that what they say?
That's what they say.
Yeah.
It's clearly a duck.
Yeah, it's a duck. But it's just a really cute moment because they're just sitting there listening to the Christmas carols, and then they bring out a duck with the head on.
Yeah.
And the family, like, is the boys and the mom are kind of screaming about there being a face on their food. Yeah. And the old man has to be like, oh yeah, it's smiling at me. And then the
guy's like, oh, okay.
Okay. And then just chops off the head right in front of them. And they're just like, oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's perfect. And then we end the movie with the mom and old man downstairs with the Christmas tree light, watching all the snowfall, enjoying their evening together. And then the very last shot of the movie is the boys sleeping with their toys. Randy's sleeping with his Zeppelin, and Ralphie is sleeping with the BB gun that he says is the greatest Christmas gift he has ever received or ever would receive.
Aww.
So, what do you want to add? I do want to add that in the book, Ralphie's the one who gifts the Zeppelin to Randy.
Oh, how'd he get that?
There's like it doesn't say how he got it, but there was a little debate that I liked in the book where Ralphie's talking about like his list of things he was thinking about getting for Randy. But one of the things he actually would want to So he, of course, couldn't get that for Randy because he would want to use it. So he had to get him the thing he didn't care about, which is the Zeppelin.
Ah,
So
nice.
I thought that was cute. But this movie is still amazing. This movie is now, 42 years old.
Good Lord.
And it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's still great.
It's so good.
Yeah, I still
love it.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's still my number one.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They apparently Bob Clark and Gene Shepard made another movie together in 1994 called My Summer Story. And it's a lot of the same characters. Ralphie, Flick, Schwartz. Everybody's in it again except for none of the actors.
Oh.
Yeah, Kieran Culkin plays Ralphie. Charles Grodin plays the old man. And this is why I brought this up is super interesting is the mom is played by Mary Steenburgen.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He was able to get Miss Shields back. She's the only actor that reprised her role.
I would definitely watch it if everyone came back.
Yeah, I guarantee you none of you knew this movie existed.
No, I've never heard of it. That's fascinating.
Yeah.
But honestly, like I said when we were doing this movie, I have no complaints about this movie. This movie is beautiful and I love it a lot.
I do too. I love everything about this movie.
Me too. It's literally, I feel like, the perfect movie.
Yeah, especially the perfect Christmas movie. It's very wholesome. It's funny.
It is.
Got lots of little comedy.
And it's good for
throughout.
kids and adults because I've watched it my whole life and I love different things about it.
Outside of the language.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
We've used cleaner language in this podcast than they used in the movie.
Well, this episode, yes.
This episode in particular. But yeah, so are we ready to talk about who we're covering next week? Or do you have any other facts you want to add?
I don't think I have anything else unless you wanted to share any Christmas stories. Like any favorite gifts or anything.
I honestly, do you have any?
Well, my dad did something similar to this in 1998. Once we got done opening everything, the number one thing I had wanted that year wasn't there. And then I think we went out and did something like shoveling snow or something. And then as we got back in, he was like, "Oh, this showed up in the mail," acting like it was from somebody else. He was like, "One of your friends in Michigan?" I was like, "I don't have any friends in Michigan." And it was, I opened it and then it was Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time on N64.
Oh, wow.
Which went on to become one of my favorite video games of all time. So that'd be mine.
Do you think he just forgot about it? Have you ever asked him?
No, he didn't forget.
You don't think
He's a
forgot
funny
to wrap
guy.
it? Oh, okay.
No.
He is funny.
He's funny and clever and he did it on purpose.
Yeah, no, I don't have any memories like that. I mean, like one year we got a PS1 instead of an N64 because my mom didn't want to share our cartridges with our cousins, and all of our cousins had N64, so we got a PlayStation, and it was probably the best gift we got because I got Frogger, Summer got Crash Bandicoot 2, and Jacob got Rebel Assault 2, I think.
And you're still a PlayStation girl.
I am, and it's been like, so it's probably been 30 something years. Right, no, 28-ish.
PS1 came out 30 years ago, like a couple weeks ago.
So probably like 28 years.
Yeah.
Since then, and I still have a PS5. So
yeah.
I've owned every kind of PlayStation.
Yep.
So not really. I don't have any like stories reminiscent of a Christmas story other than just the regular nostalgia from Christmas. So pretty much it. I love Christmas.
I think we covered our favorite Christmas movies last week.
We did. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I stand by that.
Yeah.
A Christmas Story, Muppet Christmas Carol, and Christmas Vacation are the elite Christmas movies.
Those are the three. The rest of our lists do change.
Yeah, it depends on my mood.
Yeah, same.
So
I'm going to choose Darren McGavin, the old man.
Okay, Darren McGavin.
From this movie, yeah.
Okay, so...
He's not in much else.
He's not in much else, but he is in Billy Madison.
He's the dad in Billy Madison.
He's the dad in Billy Madison.
That's correct.
So that's a wrap for this week's episode. Thanks for joining us. If you like the show, leave a review, follow the chain, and join us next week as we link From a Christmas Story to Billy Madison. Bye.
See ya.